How's it going? I'm actually combining these into one video. I ended up using a ton of stuff in July and not a whole lot of stuff in August. And quite frankly, August is halfway over. So July and August empties, I have used up a ton of stuff. First is the e.l.f. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. I finished that up. I've realized that I'm not actually a huge eyeshadow primer fan. I much prefer kind of like a cream shadow base. I finished up 2 fragrances. This is the Clean Air and this is Takamaya. I love both of these actually, and I would repurchase both of these. Finished up one more little fragrance, Clean Reserve Solar Bloom. I did not like this. Very like old floral. I used up so many little foil packets. These were Kat Von D. I think this was a Cover FX. Don't really care for any of these. This is a Sephora one. This is the Power Play. I used up, Jesus, I think this was also Kat Von D. No, this was a Smashbox something or other. I used up a ton of little foil packets. I ended up putting all of these into a body lotion. Most of them I ended up putting into a body lotion, all the ones that were like really ridiculously dark. And I was trying to kind of go for like that Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs type of shimmery colored body lotion, kind of like a foundation, kind of like a body shimmer, kind of just makes your legs look really, really nice. And I finished up a bunch of packets that way. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, used up one of these. It's all like ripped and torn. You can see there, it's very hard to use and it does leave little dents where the holes are. This is the e.l.f. Shimmer Palette. Used it up completely. I had a brush that broke. It's one of the ABH. This is the one that I liked too, so that's very disappointing. The bristles were really soft here and these ones weren't too like flimsy and gross, but it's broken and I can't be bothered to glue it back together. I'm also very pressed for time if you couldn't tell, so that's why I'm rushing. I finished up my absolute favorite cleansing oil. This used to be $40, then it bumped up to $42 and now it's $45, and that is a lot to spend on a cleansing oil when I can just go out and buy baby soap and wash my face with that. So I really, really love this stuff. I highly recommend it if you have $45 to spend on a cleansing oil. I do love this. It's my favorite one that I found so far. Probably going to repurchase it at least one more time in my life. I might do it for like the VIB sales and stuff like that. The summer sale, 20% off. Love this stuff. I finished up a decent amount of skincare. I'm going to quickly mention another favorite, Josie Maran Infinity Intensive Creamy Oil. This is my absolute favorite, but I am in the market for a new nighttime moisturizer. I do like that this is an oil. I feel like it helps me not overproduce oil, but it's not really hydrating enough for right around my mouth where Proactive really screwed up my skin. Then I have 2 flops. This is the Find Your Balance Oil Control Cleanser from Ole Henriksen. I loved the scent of this. A little went an extremely long way. You literally had to use a pea-sized amount, but it just didn't really prevent acne the way my J.M. Collins cleanser does. So this was okay. I would pick up another set and use this again. If anything, I would use this to take my makeup off with, but I feel like it's very expensive, so I wouldn't buy it just for that purpose. Maybe I'll buy it for Colin. Colin liked it. This is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors Plus HA. I ended up mixing this in with my body lotion because it was making my skin freak out. It wasn't hydrating enough around my mouth where I'm very dehydrated and have really damaged skin from Proactive, but it was so like greasy and slippery and I just did not like it on my face at all. I don't even really like it on my body. It kind of like sits and leaves a really weird film on my skin. I just don't like this. It was very cost effective though. So if you have very normal skin that doesn't freak out off the drop of the hat, you might like that. It was like $10 or something and I got the big size from Sephora. These next 2 products I'm obsessed with. I used these and I instantly added both of them to my cart and then I didn't buy them because they're expensive as shit. This is the Herbivore Lapis Facial Oil. This was fantastic. This prevented acne, it helped heal acne, it helped treat acne. My skin looked so good, so hydrating. I could use it day and night if I wanted to, and it didn't make my skin super greasy or oily throughout the day. I would use like 3 or 4 drops at night and I would use 1 or 2 drops during the day. I used it a lot with the Ordinary moisturizer because this helped prevent the acne that caused for the most part, but then I ran out of this and I only had the moisturizer left, so that's why I mixed it with body lotion. Love this. I would 150% repurchase this oil. This is the Herbivore Blue Tansy Resurfacing Clarity Mask. I loved this. It stung my acne, but in a really nice, satisfying way, not in like a, oh God, this is causing damage kind of way. It was just really, really cool. I'm not one to love chemical exfoliating masks. I prefer like an actual physical exfoliant so I can really control just how intense, because I do like to go really hard on my forehead and my chin and then kind of leave the center of my face a little bit alone just because I have really thick skin from scarring, and I did really like this though. It made my skin super soft and silky and smooth. and when it was paired with the lapis oil. And the big thing about those masks is it would help clear up acne immediately. You noticed relatively immediate, like next day results. And it also gave a lot of long-term benefits too. I found with the Sunday Riley Good Genes, I think that was the one, just with other different kind of like acne preventative treatments, they would work really, really well. They would clear things up and then they would kind of lose their effect on the skin. Your skin would kind of get used to it, but I found that my skin didn't get used to those. So granted, it's a very small sample, but I am probably repurchasing one of those products at the next Sephora sale. Then we'll move on to some body and hair care products. I accidentally lifted the lid off of my pure acetone, so it dried out, had to buy a new one. On to some hair products. I used up the Amica The Cure. I really liked this. I loved the way it smelled. It was just a really good product. I don't know if I would pay full price for it just because I did have to use quite a bit of it. It's not as good as the Macadamia Natural Oils Deep Repair Mask, but I did really, really like this. This is the Too Chic Avocado and Olive Oil Ultra Moist Conditioner. This is great. I think this is going to be the conditioner that we buy from now on. We have the pink one from this line and it's not as good. It's not as hydrating, even though that one's supposed to be like luxurious, rich moisture. This is just the Ultra Moist and this one was better. Colin loves this. I liked the scent. I used it a few times. It was a little bit thicker. It just was nice. Shampoo, this is the Live Clean Professional Healthy Scalp Balancing Treatment. Colin used this. I used it a couple times and I really didn't like it. We had originally bought this for Colin's youngest son. He was having some scalp issues at the beginning of the year and just took us a really long time to get around to using it. His scalp has since cleared up, so we don't need to be purchasing like dinky little small bottles like this. Last hair product, these are the Color Brilliance from Ion. These are the permanent cream hair color in Midnight Blue Black 2B. It's what I use to get my hair this color. I washed it about 2 weeks ago. I dyed it 2 weeks ago and then I showered yesterday, straightened it today. So this is what the color turns out when it's the permanent hair color. Then I have just a couple more bathroom products. This is the Sweet Spot Labs Neroli Mandarin. I wasn't a fan of this. I was not crazy about the scent. The vanilla one is still my favorite. This one just smells a little bit like heavier, like spicier and like muskier, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's just not a scent that I really want down there. And then this is the Summer's Eve Delicate 5-in-1 wash. So we have been using this to just clean things and wash things. And I had run out of the Sweet Spot one and I couldn't find a place that sold it that was super accessible to me. I now have a place that sells it, but used this up on my body. Finished up a little travel thing of this Colgate Advanced Health Professional Clean. I needed something for my purse for work because there were a lot of mornings where I just could not get out of bed and I would just bring like my face wash, my toothbrush, my toothpaste and everything with me, and I would just get to work super early and then do all that stuff at work, and no one cared, like everyone else did it. So use that up. I'm not going to be repurchasing. Colgate is not cruelty free. And now for the house products, and then we'll quickly go over the few things that we're decluttering this month. This is the Attitude All-Purpose Cleaner Disinfectant 99%. If you've been watching my Empties videos, you know that that is my absolute favorite multi-purpose cleaner. I like that it's disinfecting. It's the only cruelty-free and vegan disinfectant that we've been able to find that doesn't have a parent company that tests. Because I know Method sells one, but they're owned by Clorox, I think. Then we finished up this Boulder Clean Natural Glass Plus Surface Cleaner. I don't really like this. It's fine. It did what we needed it to do. It was great. We got like one of those little plastic squeegees and we would spray down all of our windows and then squeegee it clean. And it worked for that, but if you were using a microfiber cloth, this did leave a lot of streaks. Then I finished up 2 little essential oils. This is the Young Living Eucalyptus. We got this from my boyfriend's aunt. She is really big into essential oils. She actually does like custom blends. I'm not going to show you her address or her phone number or anything like that. It's just too much information out on the internet for us. But this was cinnamon, lime, orange, and tangerine, I believe. I think this was the uplifting one. I liked them enough. We normally just put essential oils down our drain, or if we're doing up bedding, we'll put a couple drops in with like our top sheet and our fitted sheets. The only reason this is in this basket is because it's in my mega pan for 2019. This is the Holistic Blend My Healthy Pet Food Booster. This is nice because it's for cats and dogs rather than getting kitten milk and it only being good for cats, or getting puppy milk and it only being good for dogs. We were fostering a Great Dane and it was stressing everybody out and everyone lost a little bit of weight, and I do think that this helped not necessarily put put all of the weight back on, but it definitely helped a little bit. It has a lot of, lactose-free whole milk powder, whey protein, and casein. So it was nice because it had that immediate protein from the whey, but it also had casein. So it was more of like a long-term, more of like a slower burnt off energy supply. So it was really nice. We would mix this in with the dry food. We would sprinkle a little bit on top. And then every time we filled the bowl, we just sprinkle a little bit more on top. And I would mix this in quite a bit with wet food. Now we have a couple of declutters. I have 2 keychains. This, an old coworker went to Paris and she got me this, and I've actually completely downsized my keychain, and I only really carry my keys and my dinky little flashlight on me, and I don't really like having a bunch of bulky little things on it. So I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might try to recycle it. Appreciate the thought, but I don't need it. And then this was something that I got for my 16th birthday from an old friend. This is just like a little moon. It was on a necklace, and then I put it on my keychain because this looks ridiculous as a necklace, at least in my opinion. I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of stars still makes me dream, from Vincent van Gogh. These are some things that just don't work anymore. I guess these could be considered empties, but I have a buffing block that just doesn't do anything anymore. It's completely numb. It's completely worn down. It's dull. It's not numb, it's dull. And then this is a white with style. We've been using our kits quite a bit, and it isn't as bright as it should be. It should be like bright fluorescent blue, and this one's just dying. I have a shower mitt. We are going to see, I know H&M does textiles. I don't know if they'll accept this, so I'm just gonna put it in the bag and hope that they do. We have these 2 little finger brushes for brushing animal teeth. These just don't work for us. We need longer bristles. So I'm gonna go and buy like an actual pet brush, but we had a kid's toothbrush left over, so I'm just using that for now. Couple more pet things. This is the no rinse shampoo for cats. We don't need this. Our cats aren't dirty. We don't give them baths. They're really good about cleaning themselves. I was debating holding on to this in case we ever foster a cat that's, you know, having issues with their litter box, but we don't have that problem, and we're probably never going to. So this is going to find a different home. This is it's not like the brand, what's it called? The Easy Walk. And this is a medium. So it goes around their snout, and then this goes around the back of their head, and then you clip onto that little ring there. So it's like kind of like that. Button hates this. It makes her afraid to go on walks. So we will not be keeping this. We will be giving it away to, I don't know. Pet Value is pretty good about taking donations. Then I have a pair of shorts that I'm getting rid of. I just don't like these. They're from American Eagle. I think they're a size 4. These are a 4. Okay, so that's probably my problem. They're huge. They make my butt look terrible. These things are always rolling around. Then we have a ton of miscellaneous body jewelry. These are some nose rings. The one that Colin was pierced with was in here. We have like a little weird stud, little diamond. There's a little opal one here. I've come to the realization that I don't like changing up my jewelry all the time, and I really just want to have a couple high quality pieces of jewelry. I'm fine with like spacers and stuff like that being super cheap quality, but I feel like for actual like piercings that I know I'm gonna have for a while, I just want to invest in like some high quality, like actual jewelry. A couple more things of jewelry. This is a My Little Pony. We got it as a joke. One of Colin's friends is a brony, and I don't know why we thought it would be so funny. It wasn't. Then I have a bunch of, you know, just like old belly rings, and there's a gem that I had in my ear, and then I dyed my hair red and it completely destroyed the fake little gem. But that is everything for my July and August empties and declutters. I feel like next month there's going to be hardly anything. I feel like me using up that highlighter and all of those little sample packets and the eyeshadow primer, like I used up some things that I've been working on for a really, really long time. Hopefully I can kind of keep up similar progress. It's been nice kind of working through a bunch of things that have just been sitting around not getting used. We'll see how I do next month, but that is it for July and August. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye.